All right, guys, what's going on? We just had a great HCP over there on D Styles program on his channel. Great stuff as usual. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So this is uncensored. This is your guys' opportunity to come over here and talk with us. If you disagree with what we have said over on D Styles channel on the regular HCP, this is your opportunity to come in and talk with us. You could be given a link if you want. Um, we can get it on here, man. You guys got any issues? Anything like that? We're good to go. I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in. Looks like we got some people rolling in, baby. I love it. Yes. Chicano, what's going on, bro?
What's happening, man? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear, man. You sound great.
Excellent.
So what'd you think, man? What'd you think of HCP first before we go into the meat and potatoes of this show?
Man, that was a good show, dude. I like the agents. I'd like to talk. Calix brought a different perspective. It's nice to hear somebody on who has a different perspective for the fight coming up this weekend to just kind of have us look at all angles. I see a lot of people giving predictions, so it's nice to kind of hear everybody's final thoughts on it. I'm sure we'll have some more final thoughts before we get to Saturday as well.
Absolutely, man. Let's see who we got here. We got Black and Brown Boxing. Thanks for joining, bro. A-Rod, always here. He says, saludos. We got Drew. He says, I'm rolling with Lopez here. Hey, good stuff, man. Big homie says, salute to G Funky in the chat. Joe Lopez, 40 ounces. What's going on, bro? Run PMC. What's happening, bro? Thanks for being here. And of course, we got the lovely Miss Cakes Poppin'. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Look, man, I don't know, man. I'm super excited for this fight. This fight is just this. I mean, this is the one, man, and no pun intended, but this is the one. You know what I'm saying? This is the one and only fight that I've been looking forward to ever since we came back from the long break from the pandemic and the fight was announced. I'm thinking, man, this is one of the best fights that can be made right now. Just can't wait, man. I can't wait. And what I want you guys to do, man, give us your picks. If you want to come on the show, you can come on. And if you want to break it down, you can break it down with us. This is a special program here because, again, big fight coming up, man. Big fight. So I really want to talk with some people here. If you guys want to talk about the Wilder Fury situation too, we can do that. Also, we had a few people in the chat over on D Styles show, talking with us about that. So yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. 92 AKU, uncensored, uncut, and unfiltered, man. You're gonna get it here, man. Go ahead, Chicano Prophet. I want to hear, man. I'm gonna start off with you since you're here. I want you to break it down,
to say
man.
that, dude, I really agree with you on your take. Like what you were saying was a lot of things that I had seen, and that's why I picked Teofimo so confidently ahead of time. When I take a look at those two and I think about them in the ring, I see size, I see power. On top of that, too, Calix made a really good point. That's something that I saw too, and something that you touched on as well. Teofimo is he's a bruiser, and Lomachenko, when he goes in, he's got a lot of skills and a lot of attributes. And I could go all day long about why I think he's right up there on the pound for pound list. I mean, he's amazing, great foot movement. The way he can move forward with his foot movement's amazing. His combinations, and I think he does have power. But I think at 135, he's always been a little too small. On top of that, too, when I've seen Lomachenko get hurt, he pushes on, and I think it might be to his detriment this time. Like I think that he doesn't like to show that he can get hurt, and I do like that he charges forward and continues to try to do what he can do to answer back. But I think this time it's just going to be too much for him to overcome. And I think, like you think that I see Teofimo winning in the mid rounds, baby.
Oh man, sorry about that. I had it on mute. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said, Chicano, but you're a little choppy there with the audio, man. If you could, I don't know if you could
Let me
take care
work
of
on
that or
that. I'll be
not,
right
but
back in just a second. I'm going to mute this.
yeah, no sweat, no sweat. Um, so yeah, man, I see we got quite a few people here. So again, if you guys want to jump on, this is going to be the one and only show that I'm going to hand out a link in the chat, and I want to hear some guys. I want to hear you guys your prediction if you want to come on and break it down. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I was on mute for a second. I know the audio was a little bit bad, but let's see what we got here. Drew Marshall says Lopez is a big kid and he has the youth on his side. Absolutely, I agree. He has not only does he have the youth and the size, but he had to me. I think he's faster than Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is faster in combination punching. But as far as like we said, the quick strikes and the reflexes and the quick twitch movements, I think he's much faster than Lomachenko when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. Again, we got 12 people in here, man. Make sure you bust that like button for me. And again, if you guys want to come on, this is your more than anything to come on here and break it down with us. And like Cakes Papa says, you know, you can donate to the Cash App. It's right there. That will be greatly appreciated. It will help the channel grow. As you can see, you know, we handed out money on HCP, you know, for our subscribers, man. So, you know, hey, we like to give back here on HCP.
Pretty sweet. Y'all need to learn how to set up your Cash Apps, man.
Right. Let's see. Quantum Rob Conversation says, I see a watered down version of Floyd versus Canelo. Loma will not be in the pocket and will make adjustments. Stop Loma. Okay, well, I mean, I think the fight's a little bit different from Mayweather Canelo. I just think both guys are just two different fighters, you know. So I just don't see it going down that way, man. What do you think about that comparison? I've been hearing that a lot, Chicano. What do you think, man?
Well, I think if you're going to compare anybody to Floyd Mayweather, that person has to have great, incredible defense. And I think that Lomachenko's defense has always just been average. I've never seen it as anything spectacular. I think his leg work helps him out in that department. And I think he has a decent defense, but he's there to get hit. He gets hit in a lot of his fights at 135. So I don't think just that alone, I don't think we'd be able to compare the two fighters, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, his defense is not as good as Floyd's. I mean, he is a good defender. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's the legs a lot of the time. He likes to get out of the way of guys of punches, and he does get hit, man. And they said it today on the press conference. You know, according to their punch stats, the man has been getting hit a lot more since he's moved up to 135. I think that's going to spell trouble for Lomachenko. I really do. I don't think he'll be able to handle the power of Teofimo. And Teofimo's got great timing, man. Lomachenko's been timed. I mean, a lot of times. Guys, after we're done here, if you don't believe me, I made a video where I showed Linares and Campbell both timing him perfectly and hitting him with big shots. So to me, it's not crazy to think that this kid can hit him. This kid has got more power and more speed than both of those guys, I believe. And I believe, man, I think he's got the tools in the bag to do it, man. I really, really do. Let's see. 92AQ says this reminds me of Aldo, McGregor versus Aldo. Ooh, really? That would be, man, that would be crazy to see this fight end that quickly. You know, Quantum Rob says the feet will keep, I think he's saying Tio off balance. And he says, I think compared to Fly said it'll be a watered down version. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't think these guys are like Mayweather. But you know what I mean? Hey, all these questions that we got and all these predictions that we got, man, we're gonna see come Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say this too, man, before D-Style comes on. I want to. This is the thing that I can't stand about boxing fans sometimes, man. Some of you guys walk around here with this holier than thou fucking mentality. Walk around here like your shit don't stink because you get one fucking prediction right or something like that. Look, man, Nobody, and I repeat, nobody that I followed on here, and I've been here for almost 10 fucking years, okay? Nobody here has a perfect record when it comes to picking fights, okay? That just doesn't happen, all right? So let's stop with the whole, oh, make sure that you're here, blah, 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 after the fight. Look, man, go back and look at my videos, man. I've done plenty of prediction videos, and I've gotten some wrong, and guess what? I've always come back.
Yeah.
I've always come fucking back. And you know why? Because I'm not one of these punk fucking fanboys on here that pushes the fighter all the way to the moon, and then when he gets his ass kicked, they shut their fucking channel down, okay? That's not what goes on around here, okay? G-Funk is a real boxing fan, okay? I talk about the fights because I love the sport. And yes, I get some wrong, but guess what? I get more right than wrong. And that's been the case ever since boxing has come back. I've been hot. I've been on a roll. I've been picking upsets. So I'm just saying, okay? You guys can come back here. If you guys want to come back here and tell me, hey, yeah, I thought you said Teofimo was going to win. If you got all the right to do that, okay? But don't come around here acting like you ain't never picked a fight wrong, man. I can't stand that about some boxing fans. What do you think, Chicano?
Yeah, man, I feel the same way. I think it's good for us to go out on a limb every once in a while, and it's always easy to just pick the favorite. These odds are wide. Like, we're out here confidently picking Teofimo Lopez with good reason. We know what we see, and we feel good about it, and we're ready to pull for Teofimo Lopez. But I mean, picking Lomachenko, that's the easy thing to do. I mean, he's the huge favorite. He's 3-1, and if you bet on him, you're going to get even worse odds. So, yeah, you're right about this whole energy of, hey, make sure you're still here. Like, that's all right, man. We'll be here. Like, we're ready to analyze the fight. We're here to enjoy the fight. If we get it wrong, that's okay. But we are putting our money where our mouth is, and we'll see what happens, huh? I mean, we'll see on Saturday.
Absolutely, man. I'm always here, man, no matter what. Okay, right or wrong, I always come back with the post-fight edition. Okay, so you ain't gonna find that bullshit here, man. You just ain't. And I would hate to have to do the same shit that you guys like to do to you, because I know a lot of you guys, like I said, you guys, you know, you never show your face on camera. You know, you want to roll around and talk shit to people about their picks and this and that. But then again, when you get a prediction wrong, you're fucking out of here. No one ever sees you on a milk carton. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't the ones here, man. HCP ain't the ones. We the real deal, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yes, I am. I'm pretty hot right now, man. I'm pretty fucking hot. No, Paul is in the house. What's going on, bro? I know you're at work right now, but thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. I have a question for you guys. I think Loma's going to win. And look, you guys, I mean, for good reason, you guys are going to win. You know? I think that there's good reasons on both sides, you know, whether you're picking Loma or Lopez. But I want to ask you guys this, man. Do you guys really think that he's going to be able to stay away from a big shot all night long? That's the first question. For you guys that are here that are picking Lomachenko, do you think he'll be able to avoid a big shot from this kid all night long? Because I don't think he can. I just don't think he can, man. But let me know what you guys think. I want to know, man. We're trying to hype this shit up, man. We're trying to hype this fight. We want this fight to do good, man. We want this fight to do over 2 million views on ESPN, man. That's what we want, man. We want these guys to get all the exposure in the world, because this is a great fucking fight, man. And I'm pumped up, man. I'm pumped. I want to know, man, can this guy avoid a big shot all night? I don't know. It's getting pretty quiet, man. It's getting pretty quiet, man. I don't know. That chat was moving pretty good. Now it's not moving so much, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully somebody comes on and, you know, tells us what they think. If you're opening things up to anybody who wants to jump on, I'd love to hear some different opinions. But speaking on what you said earlier, man, it's good that we're hyping up this fight. And I have a couple meters as to when I can tell the fight's going to be good. One, if it's a pay-per-view, if my dad's going to order it. And then also a few casual fans I know that will ask me about an upcoming fight. And I have to say that I've had a few people who are casual fans ask me about this upcoming fight, and were surprised that it was for free. They knew about Teofimo. They like the hype. They know about Lomachenko, of course. And so I think this is going to do great numbers, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't know, man. The chat went like this. I asked a question and went like this. We're gonna talk a little shit here tonight, man. All right, that's cool. That's as long as we keep it boxing, we don't make it personal. It's all good, man. Okay, let's see. We got a few that rolled in. Okay, all streaks come to an end, Funky. Even Undertaker streak at WrestleMania. I know, man. Don't remind me of that, man. That one hurt. All right. Quantum Rob says big shots have to do with the feet. Right. You're right.
Yeah.
So I think Teofimo's got the kind of speed and reflexes to catch this dude, man. I really do. Do you think he doesn't, Rob? Do you think you don't have the speed to catch him, or the sharp reflexes to do it? I think he can, man. Hey, if you want the link, man, I'll give it to you, bro. No problem. Let's see here. He will be hit, but it's not going to have his feet aren't good enough to KO Loma. Well, we'll see, man. I think that if Loma does what Loma does, right? He comes into mid-range because that's where he's been most effective throughout his entire career. It's been mid-range for this guy. Teofimo has great timing at mid-range, man. Great fucking timing at mid-range. I think he could catch him, man. Linares. Linares was catching him with shots standing right in front of him, bro. Same thing with Luke Campbell. The angles weren't working when these guys were landing big shots, man. I think he's got a great chance, man. I really do. I really, really do. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, man. I'm telling you, dude. I see it too, and I'm actually surprised other people don't. People got caught up in the Matrix so much that I think that they stopped paying attention to their defense. I think they stopped paying attention to what Lomachenko looked a little bit worn. He's there to get hit, and he's going to get hit. And I think he's going to get hit flush. And I know that Run PMC was saying that Canelo hit Floyd Mayweather flush, but I think that's a bit different. It's not exactly the same. The dynamics are different as well. So we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, I'm actually really pumped for this fight, dude. I want to see it already, dude. And I want to see the weigh-in too. I'm also very curious. It won't change my pick, but I want to see them at the weigh-in and see who's actually taller. I know that they have Teofimo listed as slightly taller, but I'd like to see what it looks like when they're facing off against each other.
Absolutely. We got D-Style in the house. What's going on, man?
So,
what's going on, bro? El estilo dragón, you know what I mean?
That's right. The Dragon Style is here. Quantum Rob, bro, I will give you a link, man. I really like your input here, man. I really do. If you want to jump on, man, I'll put the link there in the chat. This is the only night I'm going to do that, man. Normally I don't put links in the chat because guys get weird. Guys like D-Style like to say lurking in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to come on 92AKU, I'll send it to your email, bro. Just let me know. Let me know if you want the link. I'll give it to you.
Nice.
But here's what I'll say to this, Quantum Rob. Yes, he took those shots. He got dropped and got up. Yes, and he gets full credit for that. He's tough.
92 a cool going to jump on, though?
I think he might. We'll see if he wants to. Okay, no sweat. He's
the smoke.
Rob says he's at work. Okay, no sweat, man. That's cool. I'll just go ahead and read your comments. But here's what I'll ask you, Rob. Do you think that Linares and Campbell or Pedraza hit as hard as Lopez does? I don't think so, man. I just don't think so.
Not even close.
Okay. He's ready? Okay, I'm going to email you the link right now, bro. Check your email in a few minutes. Well, I'll let you know when it's there. But go ahead, D-Style.
No, not even close. They don't it's like Teofimo Lopez is a far bigger puncher than those guys.
Yes.
Would anybody in their right mind, honestly, pick, Pedraza to beat Teofimo Lopez?
Right.
No, I don't, dude. I think I'm glad you brought this up. I think Lopez annihilates everybody on Loma's record. I do.
Yep.
I do, man. And I'm not even bullshitting when I say that. I think he annihilates everybody.
Wow.
The link's been sent to your email, 92AKU, so go ahead and jump on, bro.
Right. 92AKU. He wants that. What does AKU stand for again?
Oh, man, I can't remember what it said. But it was something cool. I remember it was something pretty creative. You know what I'm saying?
Like, was it
Big
ass kicking?
Ass kicking something. Yeah. Now that yeah.
Was it?
Big homie Coop says Lopez far stronger than Linares. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, I think, man.
You know what's funny is every time because I always start with this. I always say, hey, he's bigger, he's faster. I mean, look, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's younger, and then they always stop me. Like if I don't know this, right? Like they're like, yeah, but that alone doesn't win you fights. Why? I know that. You know what I mean? But he's not just he's a skilled, bigger, stronger guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what he is. He's not just a random dude off the street that happens to be bigger and stronger. You know, so I mean, at the end of the day, man, I feel like Lomachenko should win this fight. I mean, Teofimo Lopez, what the hell, should win this fight. Yeah, the agents got to me, bro. You know what I mean? The Alexa came on. I don't even know why the Alexa came on. That was crazy, but I will tell you, man. I can't I'm kind of I'm ready to get off battle mode, but not yet. You know, I'm still gonna stay battle mode tomorrow for the weigh-in. But Saturday, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I just want to be a fan, dude. I just can't wait to just sit back and just enjoy it. You know, whatever happens. Does that mean that? Look, I've been telling people, man. Look, we all know anything could happen in boxing, and it's grown men throwing punches in there. Like nobody wants to hear like that. Oh, I don't know. Anybody could win, man. Anything could happen. You know what makes it fun? Pick your freaking dude and go with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And don't be scared after if you get a pick wrong. You know?
Right.
And that's what I was going to get to next, dude. If I was going to disappear after getting a pick wrong, I would have been long gone. I would have been when Thanos snapped his fingers and shit. I just disappeared. You know what I mean? I don't feel so good, and I would have disappeared already. I have nothing invested in this, bro, other than my entertainment. That's it. Are we a little, is there a little bragging rights for getting the decision right and stuff? Absolutely there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
But it's not a big deal if you're wrong. It just isn't. Nope. Stop trying to load people straddle their picks. Well, I got this guy winning, but I wouldn't be shocked if this guy wins. Well, I mean, what does that even mean? You're picking both of them.
It's like a double prediction.
You're not picking. Yeah. You're not picking who's gonna win the Super Bowl when you give me two teams. You know, at the beginning of the season, but there's only two boxers in there, right? So by default, everyone has a 50-50 shot, just like that. So look, at the end of the day, man, we just gotta enjoy this weekend, and I hope it delivers, because what's more important than us getting our prediction right is this fight delivering. Yep. That's more important. And if you're a boxing fan, you need to understand that this fight delivering is everything. But please, to keep it fun, I'm hearing a lot of dudes that picked Lomachenko, all of a sudden they're saying things but I wouldn't be shocked if Teofimo knocks him out, and stop saying that. Tell me if you think Loma's gonna beat his ass, just tell me that. All right?
Exactly. Exactly. And Jupiter B, yeah, man, this is uncensored, bro. This is where we give you guys the opportunity to if you want to come on, you can come on and talk with us. I mean, look, 92 AKU has joined us from the chat. What's going on, bro?
Hi, born ready.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man. So we finally got a Loma guy here, man. So we want to know, man.
Can I say something quick?
Go ahead.
What's up with speed on the trigger 992 cool? I've been giving out, $5 cash apps. You can't seem to get one. You know what I mean? You're letting Run PMC beat you. What's going on?
Yeah. What's up, guys? No, I'm behind on that Cash App. I don't have a Cash App.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
I gotta get on that.
Yeah, it's
'Cause,
time to get one, bro.
Yeah, true, very true. Because I got like.
It's
cousins
okay, bro.
trying to
I had to get G Funky like in an arm lock to make him get it, you know? So it's all good.
Hey, but Disa, you just said you were saying that you don't people that are rooting for Loma, if they say they wouldn't be surprised if Teal wins. Dude, you say that all the time in all your predictions. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? Give me an example.
Every example I've heard you prediction, I mean, you said I wouldn't be surprised if he wins.
Okay. Let me put it to you this way, right? When I do a video that's like a serious video and I'm doing a breakdown, right? And I go over what each fighter has to do and stuff, that's different, bro. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're in battle mode. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
Once you pick your horse, you gotta ride with that horse. Like no matter what. You know what I mean? Like you gotta ride with it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. It's not a big deal. Like everyone knows that the other guy could win. You know, especially in close fights, right? But what I'm not talking about, hey, when you give your breakdown, do a video, just be one-sided with it. That's not what I'm saying at all. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Oh man, look at this. Santiago says, I'm taking the blue pill just like Canelo popped after the GGG weigh-in.
Oh,
Blue
man.
pill.
Woo! Shots fired, baby. I like it.
No, the blue pill's the wrong pill, though. But which pill is the 92 taking?
I'm rooting for Loma, but I just want to see a great fight. I don't know. Honestly, this is a fight where I don't know who's gonna win. I can see Loma winning. So
No.
You
You need a pick, bro. You've been saying Loma for a long time.
That's what
now,
I'm talking
man.
about.
I want to hear it now, baby.
Like
No,
you know what I mean? Like you say, I do that. I don't do that all the time. When I haven't done that? When I said I don't know, I'm not gonna pick anybody.
Okay, I mean, it's just the truth. Though. I don't want to lie to you. I mean, I'm rooting for Loma, but dude, Teal's
Okay,
good.
I got a gun to your head right now. Who's winning? Who you taking?
Loma. I'm taking Loma for all his wins. He's beating world champions. I just think Teal might be too young or he might be too big for this division. I know you guys say Loma's too small. He is kind of small for this division, but
So he might be weight trained.
yeah, I think
You're
maybe
thinking?
what if Teal's too big for this division? You guys think about that?
I mean that's something that you think about, but you know, I have to agree with what Andre Ward said today at the press conference. He said he looks like he's making weight comfortably. He looks happy. He goes, you know, you could always kind of tell fight week that when a guy is struggling to make the weight, you know, and I have to agree with him. To me, he looked pretty normal today. I mean, the guy's wearing skinny jeans, you know, so he must be pretty comfortable to wear shit like that,
man,
you know.
Like he's big, but like Campbell's bigger. Like you know what I mean? Like Nakatani was bigger than him. It's not like it's impossible for the guy to. At one point, De La Hoya was making lightweight. Like if that motherfucker could make lightweight, he'll make lightweight. You know what I mean?
Bro, you know what's funny? I recently watched an interview with, I think the guy's name is Graham something. Can't remember his last name, but they were talking to De La Hoya about him making weight back then at the 130, 135. And he was like, yeah, he was just like, dude, like, it's so much suffering. He's like, I just remember like the week of the fight, I'm training. He goes, I'm trying to do my De La Hoya accent. I'm doing all this hard training, and I'm doing all this hard training, and like, you're so hungry. You're just thinking about food, and you know, I just remember days I would just suck on an orange, and that's it. You know? It's funny, but like, man, that's crazy.
But let me just to finish my point really quick. So, like, is that a possibility in the realm of possibilities? Yes, Naruto. However, I don't think it is. So, like, if Theo loses and he looks flat or whatever it is, like, I don't want to make excuses. Like, I think, like, the way I'm seeing it, the winner gets 100% credit, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, sometimes excuses are real. Like, you know, that's just the fact. Like, he just comes in too big. Like, he just might be overgrown his division. But I don't know. We don't know. So we'll see on the weigh-in. Like, You can tell.
Well, that's the risk he takes to have those advantages over Lomachenko, right?
True.
Like if he wants to be the bigger guy in the ring, then he's taking that risk. You know, the way I see it.
Yeah, no, you're right on that. But I mean, sometimes the excuses are real, but we don't know. Like we're just guessing. I'm kind of already making an excuse for Teal, but I mean, I don't want to see like if Loma gets knocked out. I know you haters, you Loma haters out there gonna be saying, "Oh, you see, he was a bum this whole time," and like you're gonna take away credit from Theo. So
Exactly.
I mean,
And that's why we're not taking. That's not the only reason why we're taking that position. I mean, that's just ridiculous to say the guy's a bum. I mean, come on, anybody that says that, you're right, is just an absolute hater. But
but I do think for boxing, like if Theo wins, it'll be way better because like we're talking about bigger fights and like he's a younger star and Loma's kind of proven he's not going to be a superstar. Like for whatever reason, Loma's not. He's not going to be a superstar. That's fine. But dude, if we can make huge fights if Theo wins, we're talking about Ryan Garcia, Haney, Tank, dude, like super fights. So I'm kind of excited for that too if Theo wins too. So I just want to see a good fight and the best man win.
Absolutely, that's what we're all about here, man. That's why we call this the home of real boxing talk, man. We come on, we give our picks, and we go from there. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal if we get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But so break it down, man. I want to know, 92 AKU, what makes you think Loma is gonna win, bro? I want a nice detailed breakdown from you.
All right.
I like the way he cleared his voice. You hear that?
That's right.
I didn't think this far ahead of it. I just root for Loma, but I said earlier in the chat, I said this might be like Conor versus like it has the build up to it has the build up to Conor and Aldo because Aldo was the pound for pound king at that time. And he was unbeaten. I know you guys say Loma's unbeaten. He got that loss on Salido, but I'm not gonna go there. But pound for pound king, and then you got this young, brash, like potential superstar in Conor. That's what Theo is. Because I mean, can you imagine if Theo KOs Loma like in this fight? Ooh, this guy's gonna be a superstar.
Absolutely.
So I
agree.
I think he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna knock him out, bro.
I don't know. I see Loma winning style, kind of like a Lennar style. Like it's gonna be a little bit action, a lot of good boxing. Like someone said earlier, high speed chess. Like I can see that happening and Loma winning by decision. That's what I see. That's why I have that gut feeling.
I think this is a good comment here. And he's saying we win more if Lopez wins. I agree, man. I mean, not to take away from Lomachenko, but he's, again, he's getting up there, and
he's not getting up there. The dude is still in his prime, bro. He's still he is a tail end of his prime.
Tail end. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never like to get into that stuff. Like, it's better this guy wins. Look, man, at the end of the day, when the best are fighting each other, just I just go for the guy I'm going for, and that's it. I mean, that's me. Because we're diving into like unknown territory. Like, what would be best for boxing?
That's the fun part of boxing. Like, you think like, what does the winner fight? Like, we're talking about Ryan. If Ryan beats Luke, like we can make like your mind just goes into those like these super. Like we just want to see the biggest fights that everyone talks about. That's what gets us hyped up. Like this is like the biggest fight of the year. Besides Wilder Fury too. But we just want to see these. Like you get that feeling where you're like, hell yeah, big fight.
You like to think like 2-3 years ahead or something like that?
No, just next year coming up, 2021. It's already almost here.
Well, I mean, this is boxing, bro. It takes forever to get shit done. You know what I mean? But I hear you.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I wish we had more tournaments in this sport, man. But I'll read this comment here. He says, the problem with a lot of praise is you have to live up to it. Teal doesn't have as much experience. I'd give Loma credit, but by the media standard, he's supposed to win. I mean, look at the odds, too. I mean, the odds makers, they're not giving Teofimo much of a chance. So, yeah, he's going to get more credit if he beats Lomachenko here, no doubt about it, because in a lot of people's eyes and in the media's eyes and in the odds makers' eyes, he's only got a puncher's chance, And I keep hearing that from a lot of I've listened to a lot of trainers talk about the fight. They were asked questions, who do you think wins? And that's pretty much what I keep hearing is, well, Teofimo's got a puncher's chance. I mean, he's quick, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win. So yeah, it's gonna be much bigger if Teal wins, man. That's just the way I'm looking at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And this could be Loma's biggest win. Like you know how when Canelo fought Floyd, like dude, the Canelo win that Floyd has is like his best win, and it looks good. All these things that Canelo does, it just looks. Yeah, Canelo was young, but still it ages well. So this might be Loma's best win. Like if he beats Teal, people are going to say, "Oh, he was inexperienced," or some might even say Teal was an overrated hype job and this and that. But if Teal goes to 140 and just becomes a champion, this might be Loma's best win in the future.
Great point.
Yeah. Hey, Quantum Rob, you say you're going to put out your video Friday. Put a link in the chat for me, man. I'll go sub to you right now, man. Throw it down there in the chat. I'll go sub right away, man. I want to hear. Yeah, I really want to hear what you got to say because I think you're making some good points. And you know what? The thing is this, man. Like with this fight, there's a lot of good reasons why you be picking Lomachenko. Don't get me wrong, but then there's also a lot of big reasons why you would pick Teofimo, man. I love it. And yes, Super Funk Master G. And I'm the only funky G around here, all right? But yeah, I am betting on this fight, man. I don't know about the rest of the panel. You guys, are you betting?
I already bet on the fight, yes. Justbet.co. That's right.
Yep, I'm going to put down some money. I know how much I'm going to put down. I don't want to talk about it, but this is big bucks. This will probably be the second biggest.
There's a lot of people. I think there's a delay. Hold on. Go ahead, Chicano. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, I think this is the second biggest amount I've put down on a fight. The first one being Wilder Fury 1. I didn't have a draw on that one, and so I lost some serious money. But this one, I'm going to put down some money, and I'm hoping the 3-1 will help make that up.
Yeah, I put some serious money down earlier this year. And guess what, guys? It was on an underdog, a big underdog.
That's right.
D-Style remembers that one, right, bro?
Who was it?
I put money down on Franco to beat Maloney. That was a big upset, man. And he got the job done. He got the job done, man. And
great pick.
I got some feria in my pocket, eh?
Yeah. What were the odds again?
I believe those were like 4-1 odds, close to 4-1 odds, I believe.
Did you put money on the McCaskill one?
I wanted to, man, but the guy that I went through, he didn't respond to my text, and I was a little late on that too. But I would have. I felt that confident about McCaskill beating Baracus that night, man. I really felt like she was gonna win. And look, man, these guys call me crazy, man. These guys call me crazy.
You know what I want to do? Like, what I want to do, like in the next hopefully next week, right? Because I forgot to announce it, but we're gonna be doing 2 shows. And I want to get some of the fighters and the people we had on and stuff, get them back on so they can give us their takes and like hopefully they're the ones eating their words. You know what I mean? You know, like I know Ruben wanted to come back on and stuff. So the real Ruben, right? Not the bootleg version one. And
I don't know who that guy is, man. Who is that guy?
Yeah. I want to get Ruben Villa, get his thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, Funky. Did Funky know that Ruben?
Man, Attitude Cool just cut me off. Damn.
Oh, my bad. But did Funky know?
No, I'm joking, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead, 92 AKU. Go ahead.
Hey, did Funky know Ruben was going to come on the show?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
These fucking guys, man.
What happened was
I stepped out of the room because I thought that was the real Ruben, bro. And then I come back and I see the real Ruben on the screen. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was a setup for sure. We set up you, Funky. We ambushed them. You know what I mean?
that was legendary. That's legendary.
I don't know. I don't know how the listeners on the podcast receive that, to be honest with you, because there's no way to see it, you know.
Yeah.
But Dave shared the shit out of it though. A bunch
Yeah.
of people, bro, reacted to it. It's kind of crazy. Like the people that reacted to it, you know.
Yeah, and hey, Rob, Quantum Rob, I still don't see the link to your channel, bro. Throw it in there, man, so we can sub. Maybe some other people here might sub to the channel too, man. So just throw it in there, bro. I give you permission.
Yeah, but
throw it in there.
you know, big things coming for HCP, man. We're gonna bring in more guests. You know, more. A lot of publicists listen to the show. They love the show. Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of stuff coming to HCP. You know, the home of real boxing talk. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And say it's not letting you. Fuck. All right. Let me try to find your channel then, bro. Yeah, man. HCP is we're gonna do some major things here coming up, man. So you guys got to make
We
sure.
got like
there,
great. Like one thing I would invite people to like kind of look at, man, is the weigh-in, dude. Like the hype at a weigh-in. You know what I mean? There's no fans or anything, and I think you guys were talking about that when I first came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying that I wanted to look forward to the weigh-in to see who was taller and see how they filled out at the weight.
Because, you know, I mean, if I don't think he will, but if he looks all chupado and shit, then maybe I'll change my pick. You know what I mean? But I think he looked all right at the press conference, though.
Yeah, I thought he looked good too.
Yeah, me too. Didn't see anything. Yeah, go ahead. What's up, Chicano?
Random question, dude. How do you place your bets? Do you have like a bookie or what?
Yes, I do.
Dude, tell me about this bookie, man. It's like, how do you know him? Like, how does it go?
Whoa,
Does he give you a sheet of paper or what?
He meets him he meets him at a back alley. You know what I mean? Like, takes this shit like that. Yeah.
Send him the link offline, Funky.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you like this. I met him through a few friends of mine, and you know, these guys love to bet on NBA, NFL, college football, and things like that. So, you know, occasionally I'll drop some on some football. Basketball, just too hard, man. Way too hard to bet on. But yeah, that's how I got that's how I just met him through a couple of mutual people that I know, and then you know, started rolling from there, man.
Right.
But there is no paper. This ain't the 80s, bro, all right? Ain't no paper, all right?
Let me get a boxing sheet.
Crazy. Like I was picturing G Funky showing up, and this shows up like with a suitcase. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Takes out his piece of paper and shit. Like,
there was like a movie of like that. There's like the scene where they're like trying to find the bookie's papers. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah. Well, that's how it used to be. That's how it used to be back in the day, man. I talked to some of my older uncles, and they're telling me about everything on paper, getting tickets and shit like that, you know. But yeah, it's not like that no more, man. Everything's digital now, you know, on the phone and shit. So real easy, you know.
like I was kind of picturing with a Sharpie and stuff, like, you know what I mean, like with like my clipboard.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of like, and then like picking the ones he wants, and then like using a Sharpie to like cross off the ones he doesn't want to bet on. Like, I don't want to bet on this one right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, bro. But so look, this website, justbet.co. You guys could go there and bet. You know what I mean?
With crypto, or what do they take?
You know what? I had an issue once with the Visa, okay? But sometimes Visa doesn't go through in Texas anyway, because you're not supposed to bet in Texas online, right? But yeah, but MasterCard should work, you know. They do have crypto though. They do have that.
Sweet.
Yeah, or you could just go buy a credit card online, just put money in there, and they'll just send your deposit through that card, because sometimes banks won't take like out of the country, you know, charges.
Hey, shout out to A-Rod, bro. He won one of the prizes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
nice.
Doing his
Finally.
thing, man. Finally,
man, that still has internet, bro. I think he was number 4 too. Hey, Batman Tweet, I don't think I've got your email, bro. I gotta get your email to send you that.
Yeah. So man, I don't know, man. I was hoping we was getting some more Loma supporters to come on, man. We only got 92 AKU, you know, which is cool, you know. I mean,
It's all right. It's all
glad
right.
you came on.
I mean, let me see if I could, like, get a little fire out of 92 Aku. Hey, your boy's gonna get knocked out, 92. Well, what are you gonna do about it? Well, what are you gonna do about him getting knocked out?
Oh damn, that's a worst case scenario right there. That's all bad. If he gets knocked out, man, it's gonna suck. You're gonna have to hear all those haters say he was trash the whole time.
You know, that's the terrible
wasn't
part
what I was
about it,
looking
man.
for, like, but it's
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just being honest, man. Just got But what should he do?
I feel like
you guys, what should he do?
I feel like this, man. I feel like 92 AKU is starting to see the light a little bit here, man. Because I remember we were making videos 2 months back. D-Style came on with the pillow. He's like, I got the pillow ready for Loma. I remember you was going hard in the chat, bro. Now I don't know, man. That sounded so confident, bro. We're a few days away, man. Is that what's going on or what?
he's flustered, bro. He's flustered.
It's
getting real.
Close to the fight. And you're starting to realize, like, yo, Teal's for real. Like, I looked at his last fight with Comey. Man, that was impressive as hell.
Yes, it was.
Hey, 92 Aku, it was because you felt like HCP kind of changed your mind a little bit, huh? Like, kind of like convinced you a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, shout out to you guys. You guys are putting a great show, and you guys are like a rocket ship. You guys got Ruben Guerrero, and then you guys have boxers now. I mean, you guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys are, things taking off.
A92 AKU, are you going to give D-Style a little bit of credit for not being so much of a Canelo hater anymore?
Oh, for real? What happened there?
Oh, come on.
Both of them.
You know what? I want to talk about that. You know what? I'm glad you're on. Okay. You remember when you said we were like the Charlo fan club?
Oh, I remember that.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's actually one of my favorite episodes, though. That was a good episode.
The whole chat was mad when I said that. I thought
like I till this day, I swear to God, bro, I don't get it.
Yeah,
it was mostly.
Maybe I'm naive.
It was because you're a Texan, first of all. And,
okay.
And then the whole chat was, just pro Charlo, and I was like, man, is this the Charlo fan club?
So maybe I misunderstood you that video. Like, so when you were saying you guys, were you talking about the whole, like, everyone in general, or were you talking about me and G-Funk?
It was mostly aimed at the chat, but you guys received some of the fire.
Oh, okay.
But,
I remember that video though. That like that's what I wanted when I was saying that Loma's gonna knock out Teofimo's gonna knock out Loma. That's I wanted some of that fire, but
yeah, no, you guys. I was new to that. I was new back then. I was just getting into, just stumbled on your show, and I was just seeing how far I can get across the line.
You're a habitual line stepper, like Dave Chappelle says.
Yeah, but we need those guys, man.
But you know what, man? I want to say, hey, man, thanks for the compliment on the show. This thing doesn't work without you guys, man. If you guys don't show up, then it doesn't work. So, you guys deserve a little bit of credit too. But D-Style, man, he puts in a lot of work, man. He puts in a lot of work for the show. So, and he chose me. I almost feel like the chosen one now. Like I'm Neo. You know what I'm saying? He chose me to do shows with them when I was just such a small channel at the time. You know what I'm saying?
G-Funky was like, he was like the third string quarterback. You know what I mean? He's kind of.
He's the Tony Romo.
There you go. Don't get injured on me though.
No, man. I'm committed to this thing,
but
man.
Like,
I stopped watching other sports just to keep up with boxing full time now, man. Like I have now watched a full quarter of my Cowboys this year, man.
Well, I don't blame you for that. That has nothing to do with this stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, it does, man, because when you deal with a lot of the stuff that I have to deal with outside of YouTube, like it takes a lot of time, man. So I have to really prioritize what and now that we're doing a show, we got a good audience. We're getting fighters and trainers on. Like it, I got to take this thing serious. So the other sports are gonna have to take a back seat.
Yeah, it's just we haven't even scratched the surface. You know what I mean?
Hey, Super Funk Master G. That was one of my best live streams I've had here, man. I think I had close to 500 people that night watching. for that
Wow.
fight. I was calling that Ryan Garcia and Duno fight. Man, the chat was going
Lasted a
crazy,
whole round?
bro. Yeah, dude, I could not keep up with the chat. Like, that shit was rolling. I mean, man, guys are going back and forth. There was a lot of people, man, that were very interested in that fight. I had more people for that fight than the Kovalev-Canelo fight, and I called that one right after. You know, like, people were real interested to see what was going to go on in that fight, man.
Yeah, that's
because everybody fell asleep, bro. That's why.
Yeah, that was some bullshit there, man. Fucking
Hey,
DAZN.
let me ask a question out to Aku, because I know he's also a UFC fan, right?
Correct.
So where's your excitement level for Loma Lopez compared to, like, you know, whatever you consider the biggest UFC fight?
Okay, it's
Compared.
it's at the top. It's because there was three big UFC cards this year, and this one's at the top, man. Like, so,
And it's free?
and it's free, man. You can't beat that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you guys think? You guys think it's gonna be big ratings?
I hope. I don't know, but I hope.
If not, boxing is screwed.
Dude,
Yeah.
if this fight doesn't get good ratings, like, boxing's fucked, bro. I'm telling you that right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the end, or, like, you know what I mean? It's going to have a lot of work to do, but, you know, it's, you know, I'm hoping it just does good ratings, bro. Like, it doesn't have to, like, you know, be a box office hit or something, you know, but, you know, it has to do decent at least, you know? If they're not going to put college football on Saturday night because they're going to have this fight. So I'm hoping it does better than what college football does, and then they could start considering putting boxing fights on Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a sport that works. If there's another shutdown, like boxing is a great sport where you don't need that many people to pull off a big event. So I could see that being somewhat of a silver lining if things get shut down again, that combat sports might get more of like a highlight in general. So we can all get live sporting events without necessarily needing like teams.
It should do good though. It should, like those top rank cards where they had like nobodies fighting. Well, I don't want to say nobodies, but, you know, casuals and a lot of boxing fans didn't know who these people were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were doing like 300,000 to 400,000. Like the Shakur Stevenson fight did like 400,000. You know, the other ones did like 325. And so if it's doing that on a Tuesday and a Thursday, we should get at least over 1 million for this one. You know,
Man,
but dude, I'm hoping it does. Like, dude, I know I'm reaching, and it won't, like, I'm like thinking too high, but man, I'm hoping it does 3-4 million, bro. Like, I'm hoping it does bigger numbers in the NBA Finals. I'm hoping it does bigger numbers than, you know, a lot of college football games. You know, like, it's boxing needs it. Boxing needs some bragging rights here. You know what I mean?
Yep. And look, man, I'm glad you brought that up, Chicano, about how easy it's been for boxing to pull off these events during the pandemic. Man, I've been telling, some of my friends that are casual fans of the sport. Some don't even watch boxing at all. But I've been telling them, like, look, man, look at all the bullshit that the other sports have to go through just to get their shit done. You know, like the NBA has to take like 10 months off before they restart again. You're getting COVID cases running wild in the NFL and in the MLB as well. Like, this shit ain't happening with boxing. Boxing has been holding it down. You know, they came back first out of all the sports, man. So I've been doing my part to tell people, look, first, man. Well, I mean, combat sports, you know, has been doing it, man. And they, this and that, you know. I'm like, well, you guys just, you know, you guys are setting your ways, but, you know, to me, it's a closed case, man. Combat sports has done their thing, man, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just the thing about boxing was they were putting shitty fights. That kind of hurt.
It's true.
They're putting no names and no one was watching it. I wasn't even, we love boxing and most of us weren't watching it.
Right.
It was hard to watch some of those matchups. And you know what? Conversely, I would have to say that UFC does put on a very good product. I've gotten more into UFC just by going to the fights that my friends recommend that I see, like, and going over to their place and watching it. Like, I'm starting to know some of these names, some of these weight classes, and getting to see the best of a certain division face each other. I mean, it's kind of refreshing, man. I hate feeling that way, to be honest, but it is what it is.
But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, like, if it's like this, right? If there's no meat, if there's no steak, hey, the pork and the chicken's gonna look good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
especially if they're giving you good deals for it, and it's really really good and well processed. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean, and that's the problem. Like
Yeah, it's kind of like.
boxing is pushing people away.
Hmm.
We got no Paul here, man. He's taking shots at you, bro. All right.
Ah,
But
Chicano Atlas, bro. Yeah, you're starting to sound like Atlas, bro. Get out of here, bro.
shit.
He's coming. He's coming to the dark side. Come join me, Chicano.
Like next week he's gonna be comparing like a random mid card in the UFC to like Ali and shit. Like fucking like this dude does, Atlas, bro.
yeah, Atlas has gone crazy, man. But
Dude, I love
since
Atlas, dude. He's funny.
since we didn't have a whole lot of Loma support here tonight, man, like I was hoping, I want to get this.
It's all right, it's all right.
Yeah, this is something I want to talk about here, man. I seen today. I don't know if it came out today, but I found it today. This is a list put out by Fox Sports. Okay, top 10 list of all-time boxers. Right? You guys ready for this list?
Let's do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is ugly. This is gonna get ugly. But how should I start? Should I go from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10? How do you guys want it?
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
10 to 1? Okay.
Yeah. A little countdown.
Okay. According to Fox Sports, the number 10 fighter of all time is El Gran Campeón Mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez. Number 9, El Niño de Oro, Oscar de la Hoya. Number 8, Archie Moore. Number 7, the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Number 6, Bernard Hopkins. Number 5, Sugar Ray Robinson. Number 4, Muhammad Ali. Number 3, Carlos Monzon. Number 2, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. And I'm sure you guys can guess who number 1 is.
TMT, the money team.
That's right. Floyd
TB.
Mayweather Jr. What a list we got there, man. What do you guys
Wow.
think of that, man?
That's a weird list. Really unique. I never really seen those names put together like that.
Yeah, who's this according to?
Hey, shout out to
Fox
Joe
Sports.
Lopez. Joe Lopez 40 ounce saying Lomachenko sports are having second thoughts. But
Yeah,
look, in all
they're
seriousness,
questioning.
to this list. Look at this list, bro. All right. One, before I kind of tackle the list itself, it's like so random. It's kind of like let's just throw a random legend in there, and then like a modern fighter, and then you know what I mean. It's like all over the place. But
That's how they try to justify it, I think. You know, they
Yeah.
try to
Well, like
justify it by
92,
throwing these guys in there.
yeah. Well, like 92 Coup said, I mean, it's kind of like a very unique kind of way that they did it. They could be, and I'm not trying to justify them or anything, but I think they might be using some type of point system like Boxrec uses. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
And,
Yeah.
and that might be what they're doing. Like I have my issues with the point systems, but at the end of the day, I think that's what it is because it's so random, bro. Like it's just like
It
you know,
is.
it's first of all, Floyd Mayweather number 1 is laughable. Okay,
Yeah.
Pacquiao number 2 is laughable, right? I don't even know which was worse, the guy at 1 or the guy like I don't know. You know, I don't know which position is worse with which fighter. Monzon, big fan. He's not top 5 though. I don't even. I don't know where I would put Monzon, but like 3 all time. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? And then like at this point, it's like whatever, but because the list is that bad, but why would De La Hoya be in front of Chavez?
He beat him
Exactly.
twice.
That's probably what they're going on.
So I mean, really? Like,
That's probably what they're going off of, though. You know, I would say this: of all 10 of these guys, this is just again, all this stuff is a matter of opinion. But I think out of all 10 of these guys, only 3 of them actually belong in the top 10. And my 3 would be Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, and Sugar Ray Robinson. That's what I would say.
right.
All these other guys can be out of the top 10, and I wouldn't have an issue with it, man. What do you guys think?
Well, you guys know a lot more historically than I do, and I'm starting to learn, and I'm kind of having to do it. I'm having to backtrack my knowledge, but that's where I would agree with you as well. But like I said, I'm very new historically to boxing.
Yeah.
I see the. I see.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, so look, Mayweather and Pacquiao are top 25 all-time fighters for sure, but they're not top 10. Carlos Monsoon, I have to look at it. Ali definitely, Robinson definitely. Hopkins is not a top 10 fighter. Joe Louis, I got to think about it. I don't know if he's top 10. Archie Moore's definitely top 10. De La Hoya, nah, bruh. You could make an argument for Chavez at 10, but not De La Hoya.
Yeah, I would consider Moore also. I would put Joe Louis. I mean, I'm a little biased. I love Joe Louis. My grandfather was a big fan, taught me a lot about him. I mean, the guy has more heavyweight title defenses than anybody. I feel like that's worthy of the top 10, for me. Monzon, maybe top 20, maybe. De La Hoya, would you put him top 25 or no?
Debatable.
I mean, he does some good things, man. Like, I know a lot of people, it's easy to talk shit about Oscar because of some of the things that he's done with himself. But, I mean, when it came to boxing, like, this dude's done just about everything you could ask of a fighter, man, especially a guy who was the cash cow at the time,
He deserved a fighter appreciation week, D-Style, in my opinion.
What are they? I'm down with that.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be cool to bring those back. Those fighter appreciation. What happened?
Yeah, I've been getting some feedback about that. You know what's funny is like it would have been perfect to have done it when there was the freaking knockdown, but there was no fights going on. By the way, when there was no fights going on, I did do the fantasy tournaments. Those are great. Like people need to check this out. Like those are real breakdowns, and we got people like Kurt Sugar on there, and just so you don't say dumb things, when it comes to comparing, because you learn, you know what I mean? So it's just that's that though. But Fight Appreciation Week, I mean, I'll think about it,
No, I was just saying for the past. I mean, I feel like because he was kind of coked up and a trendy, like we're kind of scared to give him the credit that he deserves. But it was nice seeing those.
De La Hoya, man, look, man,
he wasn't a trendy, man. Like, come on, that's too far.
Unanimously agree on that one. I like that one too.
Putting on women's clothes would qualify for me, but go ahead.
I mean, cross-dresser, maybe, but trendy, come on, that's too far. Have some respect, come on. The golden boy.
All right. Yeah, but that's my point. But I mean, everybody thinks he's a weirdo.
Joe Lopez pronounces De La Hoya lost a lot of big fights. He did, but
he did.
He didn't lose at 130. He didn't lose at 135. He didn't lose at 140. He lost his first fight at 147. I don't give a shit what G-Funky says. He was robbed against Felix Trinidad. Okay, right. And then he was. That's a fight we got to score, right? But
absolutely.
And then he lost to Mosley, but I feel he should have beaten Mosley in the rematch. I think they robbed him in that one.
Me too.
Me too.
And then, but he should not have beaten Sturm. Sturm definitely won that fight. All right.
Well, that's a robbery, right?
He lost to Hopkins, and then I gave the fight to Mayweather, but that was a lot closer than I think a lot of people would admit to. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And then, he had no business in the ring with Pacquiao, after that. But I wouldn't say he lost a lot of big fights. He also won a lot of them. He beat Whitaker. I thought that was a really close fight. They could have gone either way. And I think people go overboard when they say Whitaker was robbed. Like you could have Whitaker winning, but I mean, it was a close fight. Corte, I feel he definitely won that fight. And by the way, that fight is amazing. Right.
Great fight. One of my favorite fights. One of my favorite fights of all time is Oscar De La Hoya versus Corte. That's a great fight. Set everything up, man.
But yo, man, I gotta get running, guys. So some stuff came up. But I want to thank everybody that tuned in to HCP. If for whatever reason, any of you showed up late, like 92 a cool over here, you know what I mean? Make sure you watch the beginning of the show. All right, just do yourself that favor.
Yes, go back
gotta
to
go
D
watch it,
Styles'
brother.
channel and watch what happened at the beginning of HCP, man. It was something of epic proportions, let me tell you, man.
Okay.
And ING, actually, you know what? I actually got like 5 minutes. Hey, ING, yes, it is a top 10 greatest of all time by Fox Sports.
Yeah, Fox Sports put out the list, man. I don't know if you caught it, if you were here when I read them off, but if you weren't here, I could read them off again for you so you could listen. But hey, these are two good guys here that could be in the top 10, Duran or Marciano.
Oh yeah. Oh, Duran's not on the list, huh?
No. No,
Wow.
he's not.
Let's fucking have Roberto Duran in that list.
The real goat's on the list. Sugar Ray Leonard's on the list.
Hey, El Cabra of Latin America, bro. Duran, in my opinion.
No.
The Cabra. What do you think, Chicano? Is he the greatest?
Manos de piedra, Funky. I don't know what
Yeah.
Cabra.
The
Greatest
greatest
Latino?
The GOAT, yeah, the greatest Latino fighter.
Has to be.
That one went over my head, but okay. I thought you were calling him the Cobra, like in Spanish.
Oh.
Like what? But yeah, you're right. That's a good one. I apologize. By the way, I have ironically, I have a Spanish breakdown, right, of the fight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If y'all have
good
any family members that just speak Spanish or something, there you go.
Sweet.
Yep.
Simón,
Okay, ING,
Simón.
I'll read it for you again real quick, ING. This is according to, again, Fox Sports, and I'll start at number 10. Number 10, Julio Cesar Chavez. Number 9, Oscar De La Hoya. Number 8, Archie Moore. Number 7, Joe Louis. Number 6, Bernard Hopkins. Number 5, Sugar Ray Robinson. Number 4, Muhammad Ali. Number 3, Carlos Monzon. Number 2, Manny Pacquiao. And number 1, Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's the list they put out, man, of the top 10 list of all-time fighters. And they have Ali on the side of the poster that they made. So, yeah, I mean, pretty interesting list. I don't agree with it, but, it happens. We've seen crazier lists than this in the past, Go ahead. Somebody gonna say something?
No.
Yeah, I'll talk about the list.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think that Sugar Ray Leonard definitely should be there. Like him beating those goats, those all those guys, the big three. I mean, that's just some legendary status. And I'm with you, Funky. I think Joe Louis is the greatest heavyweight, in my opinion. Like, because what he had to fight off the ring, like, was way more bigger than what he had to fight in the ring.
That's a great point, man. A lot of people overlooked that part of Joe Louis's career, man. He had to deal with a lot of shit outside of the ring. I know Ali's, his struggles have been well documented throughout the years, and rightfully so. People talk about his, what happened to him in the Vietnam War and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Joe Louis to me did it first. He had to deal with a lot of racism outside of the ring, and he was able to go in there and do some outstanding things, and defend his title 25 times, I believe, for the heavyweight champion of the world, man.
And he was broke most because the government was hella racist. They were taking all his money from his wins. He was broke most of the time.
Yes, that's why I had to keep fighting, and it's really sad. I mean, if you guys don't know the story of Joe Louis, there's documentaries out there. I remember watching one that came on HBO back in the day. Really great stuff from him, but it's really unfortunate what happened to him in his later years and the things that he had to do to survive, pretty much, But Joe Louis was a guy that, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I talked about it on my channel, but when I was on Stormy's channel, I talked about how my grandfather, that was his favorite fighter, back in those days. And, you know, my grandfather's really the reason why I'm even here talking about boxing. He's the one that put the love of boxing in me. You know, he had to learn. He and a lot of his friends and his brothers had to learn. I mean, this is Chicano history here in California. But there was a thing called the Zoot Suit riots that happened in the 40s, where sailors from the Navy were just, you know, they were based out of, I think, Long Beach at the time. They ended up going into downtown Los Angeles, ran into some pachucos who were Zoot Suiters, you know, and one thing led to another. There was a fight, and then there was riots that were going on. So, you know, the pachucos, they had to learn to box to fight off these dudes, you know. And my grandfather was a part of all that during that time. You know, he was alive, and he was a young man then. He was running wild, you know. And, you know, he taught me about all this type of stuff. And he's the one that taught me how to throw a punch first. And, you know, he taught me about these guys like Joe Louis and Sugar Ray and Duran and Manzon and all these dudes, man. So he's the reason why I'm even here and why there's even a G Funky Boxing, you know.
Yeah,
And I lost my grandfather a couple years back, man. So, you know. But go ahead, 92 AKU.
I was gonna say, not just the reason why you love boxing, the reason why you're alive, your grandpa. All of our grandpas.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, you know, I feel like a lot of Hispanic grandfathers, like, because we're all around the same age, like, you know, they really paved the way for us to have better lives, just a better quality of life in general. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, ING. Where is it here? Let me get this. Yeah, no Henry Armstrong. That's a shame. That's a shame. Henry Armstrong should be a top 10 fighter.
Who's
in my
that guy?
opinion. I was gonna say you could ask the Canelo cartel. You know, they think what Canelo's doing is on that level, right or wrong, or
Canelo's top 30. I think Canelo's in the top 30 all time.
Hey, you know what? I think Canelo could possibly be the greatest Latino champion we've ever had if he continues on. He's already going to be in the conversation if he continues on for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree with you. I'm surprised he's not on the list right now. That's what I'm.
Those are bold words, man. I mean, we got guys from. I mean, let's just talk Mexican fighters. I mean, Chavez obviously is one guy who comes to mind. Finito Lopez, Olivares, and of course Sanchez is a guy that, I mean, I don't know if anybody will ever eclipse what he did in his short time period. I mean, the guy was a reigning champion by the time he was 22. You know, I mean, just phenomenal stuff, man. He fought the best guys out there, you know, at that time. You know, there was no he's too young, none of that shit. You know, he got it done.
Right.
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, but you know, he's definitely building himself a nice legacy. I'll say that. You know?
Yeah, you know, I guess it depends on how we measure things. Because you're right, Salvador Sanchez should be right up there, but he had such a small window in which he did things, and it's kind of hard to just kind of expand that and just put him right at the top for all time. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it when I hear about him and what he's done. And when I went back and watched his fights, and I know that he was the reigning champion. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still learning historically about boxing, so my thoughts on it are developing.
Yeah, and yeah, I think Marquez is a top 10 Mexican fighter of all time. No doubt about it. God damn, I just lost my train of thought now. Oh, now I remember. Make sure you guys, I don't know if Blood's watching. We got 13 people here watching, and you know, thank you guys so much for being here. But Blood Boxing is doing a documentary on Salvador Sanchez, and it's coming out soon, man. It's coming out soon, so you know I'm really looking forward to it, man. I've enjoyed all of those documentaries that he's done on his channel. Blood Boxing, man, the original boxing channel here on YouTube, man. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Blood, man, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. But he's coming out with a documentary, and you guys should definitely look forward to it. I know D-Style was, you know, had some hands in making that, so you know, let's go and check that out once it drops, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I want to work on something here, man. And let me know if you guys think this is interesting. But I've been thinking about this lately because, well, let me ask you guys this first, and then we'll wrap it up here in maybe about 10 minutes or so. But are you guys into mafia movies, gangster mafia movies, like the Italian mafia and shit like that?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not like a mobster movie buff, but definitely I do like them, and I know quite a lot of them, and have seen most of them. I think
What's the
Yeah.
goat? What's the goat top movie right now? Your favorite movie, I should say.
The Godfather Part One.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one there, Chicano, for sure, man.
Casino for me, top for me.
You know what I would say? This one's underrated for me, but I think it's one of the best because I think it's real authentic. And this is according to Michael Francis, who was a capo in the Colombo family of one of the 5 families of New York. But the movie Gotti that HBO did, great movie, man, on John Gotti's on his rise to the top and then his demise at the end. But from what he says, that's the most authentic mafia movie out there. But even before I heard him say that, I always enjoyed that movie. Goodfellas is another one that I love a lot. So many, man. But my all-time favorite show of all time is The Sopranos, man. I love that show, man. I love that show so much. I could watch it over and over and over again because to me it's just like one big long mafia movie. You know what I'm saying? So I love that show, man.
I liked it too, man. I watched it through. Great show.
Yes.
Yeah, great
So
show.
the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I wanted to talk about some of these fights and fighters who claim have been, in cahoots with the mob. We all know that boxing has a long history of ties with the mafia. So I want to start doing some videos on that, some open conversations about some of these fights. Like, we're speaking of the top 10, and we have Muhammad Ali in there. There's people out there that claim that the Lucchese family, or Tommy Lucchese himself, who again is one of the 5 families of New York, had his hands involved in not only the first Cassius Clay versus Sonny Liston, but the Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston rematch.
Interesting.
Yes, man. So we could, if Chicano, if you're interested, man, you're welcome. And you too, 92 AKU, if you guys want to do some research on that. But I really want to talk about that because I love, like I said, I love boxing and I love mafia flicks. So, hey, it's hand in hand for me, man. We should be talking about it a little bit,
Oh yeah, definitely. Boxing has a history of, not the best people, behind the scenes, like,
Mm-hmm.
Don King. There's a lot of stuff back on him. The Zone's backed by basically the Russian mafia.
I did not know that. Is that true?
I mean, it's the Russian oligarch. It's a family. Just basically, they just threw all this money in. I mean,
yeah, and I've also heard a couple of other interesting things about the DAZN ownership in general. I have heard that mafia tie, and then I've also heard something else about. I'll have to elaborate a little bit more later and get my information down. But it is interesting the money, where the money comes from for DAZN.
Wow, this is very interesting here, man. I did not know that. Wow. Now I'm gonna have to do some research on that. So,
yeah,
Joe
definitely.
Lopez 40 ounces says, "Does Scarface count as a mafia?" I would not count that as a mafia movie, but it is a good gangster flick. I'll tell you that. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I had the shirt on when I did my Lomachenko Lopez breakdown. I had a Scarface shirt on, so I love that movie, man. Can you? What do you guys think of Scarface, man? Do you guys like Scarface or what?
Yeah, great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. Like, not one of my favorite films, but I mean, it's a fun flick. I would watch it if it was on TV, but it's not one of my. I don't necessarily know if that classifies like as a mobster film, but I'd have it probably like top 7 for me.
Yeah, I love Scarface, man. A lot of good quotes that I use out in real life. Can you guys do a Tony Montana impersonation? I want to hear it. Can you guys do it?
Say hello to my little friend.
92 AQ. I know you got something, man.
No, I can't. I'm bad at. I only know Canelo. I was born ready.
Oh man,
Teddy Atlas. I give you Teddy Atlas. Against who? It's a robbery. It's a robbery.
Oh man, he's something else, man. But yeah, Scarface, man, a lot of good quotes from that movie, and I definitely enjoyed watching that one growing up. You know, like if I'm not back in 15 minutes, something's wrong. You know, I love that part right there. Right before they go in there and they meet up with the Colombians, and I fucking hate Colombians. You know, so many lines in that movie, man. But yeah, Hoodlum. That's another good movie about who was it? Golly, Bumpy Johnson. I know was one of the main characters in that one, but then the other two guys. Man, it's been a while since I've seen that one, and I can't think of the name of the two other mafia bosses that were in that movie with him. But that is a good flick, though, man. Very underrated, I think. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Have you guys seen Hoodlum?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah. Alexander Martinez says Danny Garcia does a good Tony Montana. Wow, I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. Hey, man, I hope everything's going good with your cousin, bro. I'm gonna be calling that fight, man, and you know I'm trying to get as many people to support him as possible, man. You know, Sacramento guys, we need a lot of support, man. We're always under the radar, so you know, yeah, all the quotes. Look, you want to play rough?
Dude, you know what movie I thought was pretty good too? I mean, it was a comedy, but I thought Analyze This was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that is funny. That is hilarious. With was it De Niro and is it
Billy
DeVito?
Crystal.
Billy Crystal, that's right. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dutch Schultz, that's right. Dutch Schultz. And here we go. Chichi, get the yayo. Too many lines from that Scarface, man, I love it, man. I like the part in the beginning where they're working in that sandwich shop and that guy's fucking complaining about his sandwich, and you know, he's like, "I got a sandwich, man," you know, like that's the way it comes, motherfucker, you know, like classic shit, man. But I definitely want to do a series where we talk about the mafia, the ties with mafia. You know, if you guys in the chat, if that sounds like a good idea, let me know. If not, fuck it, we'll scratch it. You know, but I mean, like I said, I love mafia movies. I love to learn about the the five families in New York and things like that. Just I don't know, I just always been into it, man. I actually went to last time I was in Vegas. I actually went to have a museum now at one of the hotels there, where it's like you go in there and you almost play the role of a gangster. You know, like you walk through this tour and you get jobs, right? The boss gives you a job to do. You have to do the job. You get busted. So then they want to see if you're loyal. They'll put you in jail, and the police will question you. And it's pretty cool, man. It's a very interactive experience. And man, I enjoyed the heck out of it, man. If you guys are in Vegas, you got to check it out. I think it's at the Tropicana. And really cool stuff, man. Yes, Lucky Luciano is the one who started the whole Five Families thing in New York, man. But yeah, man, you guys got to check that out. It's a pretty fun experience, man.
Cool, man.
Yep. But I think I'm going to wrap this thing up, man. 92 AKU, man. I want to give you some last words before we wrap this thing up, man. You're saying Lomachenko's going to win. So I want to know, man, how are you feeling about it? You feeling pretty safe about your pick now? Or are you having some second thoughts, man? Let me know. Are you still there, 92 AKU? I hope it didn't drop off. You're on mute, bro. Well, I think we might have lost him. Yeah, I think it is. I think there was, if I can remember it correctly, I think it was the Flamingo or the Tropicana. One of them. One of those hotels is where they have that mafia experience thing, man. Pretty cool stuff, man. For someone like me who's into the mafia flicks and stuff like that, it's great stuff, man. Bam Bam Tweety says he watches Gangland all day. Well, look, I think I'm giving some good feedback, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Alexander Martinez says, I stay in North Sac. We should watch some. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Email me, gfunky84boxing@gmail. Email me, bro. We will set something up. As soon as the pandemic is over, man, I will be opening up my house to where we could watch fights and stuff like that. You know, I gotta play it safe, man. I live with someone who's a high risk person, so right now I'm really taking it. I'm being real cautious, man. So, but we can definitely hook up soon, bro. And if your cousin could, that would be fit. That would be fair to me, Holmes. Straight up. A-Rod asking me here. See, now you guys gonna keep me on all night talking about mafia shit, bro. Let's see. He says, "What do you think of that?" I really with it is, again, according to a lot of guys that were in that lifestyle, they're saying there's a lot of lies that happen in there, a lot of stuff that was not true. Yes, that's Gmail, gfunky84boxing, gfunky, not gfunk, gfunky 84boxing@gmail.com. I switched up the thing. Hold on. But yeah, there's a lot of people that I seen that were involved, and especially Michael Francis. If you guys look him up on YouTube, he's got a channel. He does this thing called Mafia Movie Monday, where he reviews mafia movies and lets you know how authentic they are, especially if they're based on like real events that happen. He claims that Frank Sheeran, he didn't kill Jimmy Hoffa. He says he knows the guys who did it, and he wasn't one of them. They also said that in that movie that Frank Sheridan murdered Joe Gallo, and he says that was not true. He goes, "Look, I know it wasn't him because Joe Gallo, that was a war that was within my family, the Colombo family, that he was involved in." So he goes, "That's not true." He goes, "As far as the movie goes, yeah, it's a good movie, but as far as it being like authentic and real," he goes, "I'd have to say it's not that good, but I enjoyed the movie. I don't know anything. I was not involved in that stuff, but
Hey, talking about these mobsters, there was a boxer who just didn't he get charged with like conspiracy with like racketeering? Like, he was like a British boxer, a UK boxer, Daniel Glee or one of those guys, Martin Murray.
That's news to me, man.
This was like a couple months. I think this was like before the pandemic, but around that time. Do you remember anything about that, Chicano?
No, man, I don't.
All right, yeah, I'll do some research on it. I do remember they were tied to the mob, the UK mob over there.
Yeah, and email me any information you get on that 92U. And if I could, I want to ask you to stay on for a few minutes after we close out here, which will be in a few minutes. Alexander Martinez says, "Okay, that sounds good, man. Hey, tell him HCP, man. We're rooting for him, man. We want him to do good. And if he wants to come on and chop it up with us, man, he can. I'll be looking forward to his fight, man, for sure. I will be on here calling that fight too, because I want people to know, that he's from Sacramento, man. So definitely wish him good luck for us. Let's see what we got here.
Shout out to Sacra.
That's right. A-Rod says they have to change it up if you don't got rights, like Edward James almost did. Oh yeah. Hey, they wanted to go after him, man, for some of the things that they put in that movie. Danny Trejo is a guy who was involved with the La M, and he says he ran into Edward James almost after that movie was released. Said the guy was scared to death. Thought he was going to do something to him, but he didn't. But let's see. ING says, "Who got put in prison for mafia shit?" Man, I got a lot of people, but I don't know if any fighters have. Maybe he's talking about it right here. He says there was an Eastern Euro guy who fought like Mike Tyson. Maybe. And he says he also broke down the characters. Yeah, I mean, you must have watched his shows, man, Kenneth Johnson. Yeah, he talks about Goodfellas and how some of the things in there were, a little exaggerated. Like he goes, "I'm going to tell you right now, guys, there's no way Henry Hill walked through the back door at the Copacabana without somebody with him, He goes, that was only for guys that were bosses to do that,
Hey, can I be honest? Can I be honest on here? I've been honest, but can I be honest?
It's uncensored, baby.
I haven't seen the Godfather movies, 1 or 2, or I don't even remember. I think I've seen a little bit of Godfellas, but I haven't seen that either.
Wow.
You gotta watch the Godfather.
Is that must watch? Am I missing? missing out.
For
Absolutely.
sure, man. As long as you got some time, with the wintertime coming, if you're ready to just kind of like settle in for a movie, it's not really high on action, but as far as acting and storytelling, and it's a great film.
Okay, definitely.
Yes, it is, man. So now that I got your audio back, man, we're gonna end this thing, guys. I'm excited, man. I get to do this little series I want to do on the mafia and boxing. But before we go, 92 AKU, we're standing on our square. We're not waffling. We're not flip flopping on Teofimo Lopez. We think he's gonna get the knockout Saturday night. I want to know: do you still feel that confidence that Lomachenko is gonna get the job done on Saturday night, man? Let us know.
Absolutely not. I don't feel that confident. I know Teal's the real deal, but I'll be rooting for Loma.
All right. Sounds good to me, man. Chicano Prophet, do you want to say anything before we wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, it was just good to have 92 AKU on, the third member of the Canelo Cartel, and it's always fun coming on these Uncensored G-Funky, and that you open things up for the chat people to kind of come on and hop on, or anybody else who wants to come and speak their mind. So keep it up, man. These are fun.
I love it, man. I love the idea of because I know a lot of you guys that come to HCP on D-Styles channel, and you leave a lot of comments and things like that. So this is your guys' opportunity. If you like I said, if you disagree with anything we said over there, this is your opportunity to come on and say I disagree. And that's what we're about here, man. This is why it's called Uncensored. We don't censor people here, man. If you have a difference of opinion, you can voice that opinion here, man. As long as you keep it boxing, it's all good with us here, man. But for D-Style Boxing, for Chicano Prophet and 92 AKU, this is G-Funky Boxing, and we're going to wrap this thing up, guys. Make sure you watch the fight. Make sure you tell your family and friends to watch the fight, because I think it's going to be a great one, man. So we will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be doing a roundtable discussion again about this fight. We're going to hype the hell out of this thing, man. So we will see you guys tomorrow, man. But this one is over, man. We are out. Peace.